Yeah, recording is started, so you can start.
Okay, good. So hopefully you see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Rajkiran Devra and I'm working as a senior technical manager in MTX Group. So overall experience in this IT industry is 18 years. So right now I'm completing 18 years of experience in this IT industry. So I've worked on many technologies like cloud and several other technologies also like Java, PHP, and UX technology as well. So now I'm in a Salesforce, so doing the last almost 8 year I'm in Salesforce and doing work in the Salesforce. So right now I'm working as a solution in designing, architecting the things in MTX Group, so that everyone can learn from this solutioning and designing part. So coming to the Salesforce release Winter 25. So everyone knows, right? Salesforce have every quarter some releases, and it's a big releases, and we need to find out the points or basic things which we have to work on, right, in near future. So what the agenda of this meeting is, I'm going to share the key dates and overall, which is already done from the Salesforce, right? So Winter 25 is already present in the production org and sandboxes also. The sandbox or preview overview, and then release updates, what is the release updates and critical updates which we need to focus on. Then we need to go with the updates for the admins, which is very common for every Salesforce developers and admins, because Salesforce is a configuration based technology. So we need to understand the configuration, where the configuration we can utilize, right? So admin updates, key updates on the developer sides, and most importantly, because the Salesforce is also focusing on the flows, so we need to understand what are the enhancements are coming from the Salesforce side in the flows. So we are going through all of this information in our next slide. So key release dates, you all are aware, right? So Winter 25 is already released in 12th of October, and it is live now. So, and in this, of the structure of the releases, right, how it comes in the preview org and then sandbox org, then it comes to the production org. So this is how the structure here. The Salesforce firstly give a chance to work in a preview org, so that everyone who is facing the issue with the releases, they can fix their issues in the preview orgs and then work accordingly. So this is the overall structure of the releases. So sandbox, preview org, and then org. So this is how it is works, like early access to new features in a preview orgs, so that we can test it, upgrade whatever fixes are going to do it before the production release. So we can do that one. And non-preview org, like it is not upgraded, so that whatever uh, current code is working for us, we should not give any bugs in the current code, so that non-preview orgs are also present for developers. So release updates, if you are working in a Salesforce org, so you always go to the setup, and then you can find out the release updates over there. So there you can, if you see the release updates over there, right? If you go to the setup, release update, and you can see all of the upcoming release updates also, other than the current releases, right? You can see all the upcoming release updates over there. So you always go to that part and check it out. What are the release updates are coming for you guys. So I'm going to show you in a couple of slides that where you can find out the release updates. So in the Winter 25, right? So Salesforce always releases some of the new features in the every release. But sometimes what happens is, because of some critical releases, or maybe the companies don't want to get these features in their orgs, so they wanted to revert back, right? So what happens is, Salesforce again revert back the code, and then they postpone the releases to the next releases. So whatever postponed happens in the previous releases, now Salesforce is enforcing those updates in the Winter 25. So that those releases we need to always taken care, because those are like forcefully now upgraded when the Winter 25 release comes into the production org. So if you see the disable access to the session ID in flows, So initially it was enforced in winter 24, but it was postponed as because of some preference. It was reverted, and now it is reinforced into winter 22. So wherever if you are working in a flows and if you are using the API session ID variable, it will not work now because they are going to remove it, and it will give an error for them. So make sure like if you are working with the API.session ID, they are disabling the access to the session ID in flows now. Again, the enforcing the send email invocable action to the flow or wide email address setting. If you go to the wide email setting, there you can see the email address and attached with the profile information. So it was originally planned in spring 24, but because of some constraint, they have reverted, and now they are updating and postponed to the winter 24. So always look into these are forceful uh, implementation in the winter 25 release. So we should see those. Enabling the partial save for invocation. So what happens is whenever the external REST API calls happens from the code side or wherever it is happening, right? Bulk. So if let's assume if you have the 10 API calls in a bulk, right? And if two API fails, it roll back all of the rest of the APIs calls also. So it was enforced in Spring 20, but it was never. Now they are reinforcing into Winter 25, so that if you are working with the REST APIs, now if any of the API fails, it does not revert back all of the API calls, and it partially save the few of the uh, invocable actions over there. So no longer causes the entire transaction to fail, allowing successful action to proceed. uh, the guest, right? Preventing guest user from editing or deleting approval requests. So previously it was introduced in summer 23, but now it is enforced in winter 25. Like now the guest user will not be able to delete or edit the approval request, but they can approve the request. But they cannot reassign, delete, or edit the approval request now. Run flows in a bot user context. So this is a event uh, update enforcing in winter 24/5. Like previously, if a bot runs a flow, then it was not enforcing the profile permission set and sharing rule. It was working in a system context. So now it is enforced, and if flows initiated by blow will be run bots user profile permission set and sharing. So it will limiting the access to only the data, access to the board permissions. So initially enforced, again, this is what I mentioned it, like it was like initially runs flow in a user context mode. Now they are enforcing into the winter 25. Critical updates. So these are the critical updates. If you go to the release update, right there, you can see this information about the winter 25, what they wanted to upgrade. So when if you have the declarative Apex class, right, and if you are auto launching the flow from the Apex also, right, you can do auto launch. So there you it will be it was always running in the system context mode now. So now it is enforcing the Apex sharing rules over there. So previously, when an Apex class launches the floor, it was run in a system context mode. So now it is not. It will not go to the system context mode. It will be applying the whatever the Apex user permission profiles settings over there. Oh, now coming to the admin updates. So many of the admin updates came into this winter 25 release. So if you go to the users and if you click on the users over there, user measurement setting, so you need to first enable the enhancement user list view so that you can see this list view settings, and you can just enable it. And when you go to the whole users information in the setup users, you will see this screens over there where you will have the inline editing permissions over there. It was not there previously. Now you can edit the users from the list view itself. So that is happening in the winter 25 now. It is like and it was not present previously. So these are the enhancements. It is not available previously. Okay, so coming to the dynamic panel, so you have the compact layout in Salesforce, right? So whenever you have the detailed page over there, you have the highlighted panel previously. So in a highlighted panel, you can mention the compacted details, like a few of the fields you can include there, and you can just have a highlighted panel over there. But it was always challenging for few of the users when they access these pages into the iPad and mobile. The compacted device not that much responsive. So Salesforce introduced a dynamic highlighted panel. Similar way you have the detail page, right? So they have the dynamic highlighted panel, and they have also increased the fields capacity in the this highlighted panel. So now you can include the 12 fields in the highlighted panel. Previously it was less. It was not 12 fields, but it was less fields. So you can include the 12 fields in the compact layout, and then you can present, means if anyone is accessing from there, it will be responsive for them. So it will be very easy for accessing this page in the mobile, and it will be responsive over there. Also, you in highlighted panel, you can have the visibility rules, which can control the fields display. So you can control your fields based on the visibility rules over the similar way you control in the detailed page for the dynamic panel. Uh, and then coming to the restrictions rule and scoping rule, right? This is very important features on a objects level. So restriction rules, and if anyone wants to restrict some of the records based on the user and some filter criteria, you can use the restrictions rules and scoping rules. So in the restrictions rules and its scoping rules, previously multi-select list was not present in the filter criteria. Now they are having this multiple select field list values. So you can easily choose what filters you wanted to apply for this rules, restrictions rules and scoping rules. That is a good feature coming into this winter 25. Coming to the user access, right? Whenever you click on the user and you wanted to see what profile, what permission set, what object level access this user is having, so you need to scroll it down all the way, and you need to see into profile also, like what are the profiles and permission set this user is having. So now Salesforce is coming up with the one feature, which is like a button on the user detail page. When you click on the view summary, it will navigate to the this user access summary page, and you can here you can see all of the information like user preference, object permission, field permissions, custom permission, public group membership, queue membership. All of this information you can see here, and also you can grant access from using the section button here. So it's a very good feature they have come upon with. You can easily do a configuration from this page. So if you talk about the user access summary, so lots of things are coming into user, right? Field permission. So if you see this field permission, you can always see what fields access they are having and for which object. So you can quickly find these details, and then you can check this out. Okay, so user access summary allows you to see how they have access to the field, object, and permission. Similar way, right? Objects, they have maintained these object centrics also, right? Same view. So if you wanted to see the same view, you can go to the object and you can check it out this object level based on the object level also. When you click on the object, like if you click on the count and you go to the left hand side navigation here, and then if you click on the object access, you can see this object access is having uh, whatever permission set this object is having. You can see directly see all the permission set here, permission set groups, you can see profiles, you can see. So these three tabs enables to view all of this information in the one, but for one object. So from user also you can see, and similar way you can on the user or by object, both the way you can see this. So this is very really great feature coming up in the winter 25. So you can utilize these features to see the detail over the object permission sets and profiles level details. Okay, same way. Again, I will go to the object public group summary. So similar way, if we have the user summary, right? So public group summary is also present in the Winter 25. So now you can search hundreds of members in the public groups, and you can see or edit and delete uh, multiple groups from the list view directly. And search also, you can quickly search and delete whatever group you wanted to delete. Previously it was not there, so it is becoming more easy for the admin so to delete, edit if they have multiple groups in their org. So it is very easy to configure things over there. Okay, coming to the developers, there are lots of things coming for the developers, but I'm just highlighting few of them. The major thing is like TypeScript, right? So many of the developers are having the UI UX expertise, right? And they are like right now utilizing the JavaScript in the LWC part or wherever. Or now they can utilize the TypeScript also. What they need to do is they need to set up the TypeScript, like they need to install the TypeScript 5.4.5 or later, and then to configure the ts configuration.json file, and then we could compile, and then to do see this, they need to follow this step like ensuring like experimental decorators upset or set to the false, and this information they can set up it, and they can utilize this TypeScript in their VS Code, right? They can set up it the VS Code and they can utilize it there. If So I have provided the link in here so that everyone can see the TypeScript detailing on the Salesforce sites. I'm going to show you how many updates are coming into the Salesforce site itself. So the again one more cool feature is coming, like the date, right? So every time uh, user enters a date, previously in an older version, if you enter a date, if you are entering the wrong date, it will not give you any information about which format date needs to be inserted. So it will only give the message or error message to the uh, users, like you need to fill the tag. But now in a new version of Winter 25, they are giving the formatted information also, like you need to put the information in DDMMYY format. So this is a good feature coming into the Winter 25. Also, one more thing they have highlighted based on the accessibility, right? So based on the accessibility, if you open any window, previously what happens is if you have the close button, right? Close button, it was having the transparent background instead of a white. So it was not appearing, or maybe it is not accessibility. It is having the accessibility issues over there. So they have provided the white background now with the close icon so that it has a more visibility in a mobile or any other places. So this is again a lightning model component you can see over there. For developers, again, this is configuration things in a flow. The repeater component or always having enhancement. In previous releases also we have seen like lots of enhancement came in repeater function. So in previous release they have introduced a repeater component creation of the record, but user was facing the issue with the existing records. What happens with the existing records and collection records? So now in a repeater component, if you have the collection records, and if you wanted to update the some of the records based on the IDs, so now you can do it. Previously, repeater component only supported the creation. Now it is supporting the modification also in the repeater components. If you have multiple records, right, adding the records into the repeaters. So now if you have existing records or collection also, you can directly modify those records. So this is a really good feature because it is a necessity for the developers to update the existing record along with the creation of the record. Okay, so similar way, like in a previous or maybe in a current version of these lookup components, you have the multi-select options, but it was not present in the choice lookup. So if you choose, if you have the choice lookup, if you wanted to select 5 or 10 choices from the choice lookup, you were not having option that time. So now in a Winter 25, you have the option to select a single or multiple, right? You have the option to configure whether you wanted to have the choice lookup as a single choice lookup or multi-select. And you have the choice lookup up to 25, you can select it directly from the choice lookup. So it's a very good feature when you are working on the flows. You can utilize the choice lookup with the multiple selection options. Similar way to look up component. Okay. So form builder or flow builder, like if you are building any of the flow here, and if you are a new, previously there was no tips. The developers were going directly and working on the flows, like drag and drop the component, resources, everything, and they were not having any idea about how to what are the loopholes in my code, right? So now Salesforce is giving a tips options. When you open the flow, you have the tips option here, and if you open that, Salesforce is giving like avoid using database elements inside a loop. So they are providing the tips and tricks how you can utilize the flow components over there. So it's a good feature, and you can directly learn from the tips sections itself about the flow. Okay. Further enhancement, like in a flow itself, lots of enhancement in a flow. So they are focusing on the flow. Winter 25 release upset functionality is introduced in a Summer 25, but it was not having again can be created or updated, right? How can so now they have in upset options, so they can create update in using these existing collection records also. So previously it was not present as a collection, so now it is allowing the collection variables in a winter 25. So this is very good, like developers always work on the collection variables, so it is very good, like if they work on the collection variables, they can directly update or create a records using the collection variable. Again, the repeater enhancement. So repeater enhancement, like these, if you see these configuration display options here, so they are providing the configurations checkboxes, like user can add items or user can remove pre-populated items. So if you wanted to avoid this add item or pre-populated remove, you can directly do a configuration here. You can uncheck it and don't let them add the new items. You can have work on the read-only format itself, and you can remove these. User can remove the pre-populated items. So there are configurations available for the repeater again. The enhancements are coming into Winter 25. Okay, email exchange. In a flow, previously we could only send a 5 email from the flow. Now they have expanded the recipient to the 150. If you see that the maximum total number of recipient email address has been increased from 5 to 150, which is a very good. Maybe it's lots of organization having these issues, so it's very cool feature for them. Like it is increased to 150. So if you are using a CC or VCC recipient, you can utilize a 150 emails address now. Okay, so these were all about the flows, admins, the developers details. It was very summarized way I have presented here. So a few of the things, like it came into the beta, like local dev you can enable for the developers, but it is right now in a beta. So we are avoiding beta things directly working. So if any of the features are available in a beta version, we should avoid it, like because it may be having some bugs or concern things. So we are just avoiding it, just a consideration, and new features can be now utilized from the Winter 25 release, which is already present in the production 12. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the winter releases because I have provided the summarized view, right? So I just wanted to show how Salesforce are preparing these releases and how big it is actually. If you see these all links here, right? They are providing all details, like what's new for the Salesforce releases notes, how the use of release notes, and how they are providing the guidance. After this guidance, if you see the overall Salesforce overall views, like general enhancements, Salesforce scheduler, and Einstein search, Salesforce data lake pipeline, or these are the enhancements are coming and release updates, which I just summarized it and show you. Again, the other functional parts like analytics, commerce, customization, data cloud, development, Einstein, Experience Cloud, Field Service, Hyperforce, Industries, Marketing, MuleSoft, Mobile, Omni Studio, Revenue, Sales. These all links are having some of the updates in Winter 25. So I have whatever I have shown you, like it is a like summarized view for the admin developers or flows who are using the most of the flows. So these are the summarized view I have shared you. And if you go to the some little bit about the inboxes, what is there in the
Uh,
inbox? Yeah.
Excuse me, Rajkiran, are you sharing the screens of that links as well in the resource tile? We can
Okay,
still
wait.
see the resource tile. Yeah.
Okay, just a minute. Sorry, I was forgot to share this one. Okay,
No, that's
just now is visible.
yeah, it's visible now. Release
Okay.
25 months. Yeah.
Okay. When I winter 25 release, it was here, and I just scrolling this down, like how the Salesforce is having this all information in their website, general enhancement and all of these things, analytics, commerce, customization, data cloud, development, Einstein. These all information are present in their website. If you go to Salesforce, and these are you can directly go and just check it out. If you wanted to see the Salesforce details, you can just go and check it out. What are the details enhancements here? And it's very big things here. Like every sections they have some enhancement for the winter 25 release. So this is again and then if you wanted to see the inbox, right? What is there in the inbox? So most of the things are present in inboxes. PDF, it is present on the Salesforce website itself, and you can just go and check it out. Like, what are the uh, features for admin, business users, and developers are having? And if you see these are the contents they are providing, and just go and check this out and see the new things are coming into this all of these clouds actually. So these I'm just scrolling quickly here. So it has uh, lots of things it has. So I just wanted to show this one. And then preview information, again, if you see the preview information, they have the separate tab. This is the same link you will get every time. So it is keep updating. They are keep updating this link. If it is a winter 25, it is a winter 25 detail. If it is a summer 25, it is summer 25 details will be here. So this page is keep updating. So you can like bookmark this page and always see this information, like what is coming into this release. So these are all the information regarding the enhancement and key updates. Okay, thank you guys for your time this Saturday morning or evening. Who is going in the evening? Thank you for your time, taking time for this winter release.
Thank you so much, Rajkiran. I hope everyone got something about Winter 25 updates from this presentation. So, anyone has any question?
Not really a question, but I'm pretty excited for that TypeScript.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use a lot of LWC inside of our solution, so I need to go out and get up to speed on TypeScript, see what it's all about. I'm a JavaScript guy, so.
So, I think we are good to go then. Thank you so much again, Raj Kiran, and for presenting this to our community. I want to highlight his in the IST time zone, so it is too late. It is night for him, but even though he accepted my invitation and came to present at our community, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much everyone for joining in a Saturday. Yeah.
Thank
It
you so
shows
much.
the enthusiasm that you are putting towards Salesforce. So, yeah, thank you
Uh,
so much.
real quick before we end things, would it be all right if we shared LinkedIn's or not here?
Oh, yeah, we can share LinkedIn. Yeah,
I'd love to share mine if anyone would like to network.
yeah. Um, Let me share mine as well.
Thank you, Rajkaran and Hama, for the wonderful presentation and for organizing this. It was super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank you, guys.
incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Raj.
Raj.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
everyone.
everyone for joining, and we'll see you again. Those who are in Orlando, we are welcoming you all to attend the Architect Community in-person event on 24th. Please attend that. Then we can meet in real, in person, and then we are again having a meetup virtual event on 29th. Me and my husband Chatura, we are going to do a presentation that we did for My Life Dreaming on Prompt Builder. So we welcome you all, and please follow our groups.
A quick question, if you don't mind. Will the link to this meeting, I think you're recording it, will that come out through email?
I am sharing in the LinkedIn. We have
Oh, okay.
this, LinkedIn admin. Let me share that admin groups one as well.
Yeah, I don't think we have that kind of an option here because I
Okay.
didn't
Yeah,
find that. But yeah,
I,
very good.
I, I'll,
If you,
I'll try. I'll
oh,
find
awesome.
out.
Thank you.
In Salesforce, we have a way to share the email in the Trailblazer community. I'll try. I'll find out is there a way to send the YouTube link as well.
Not our worries, but thanks for the LinkedIn there. I received an invitation because I've joined some other groups, and I think I was picked up somehow. And I said, "Awesome, this is great." And so I didn't know we had a LinkedIn page. So thanks for dropping that in there. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I have a LinkedIn page for the admin group. So yeah, then thank you all. Have a
thank you
great
very much.
weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
Your
you.
time.
Bye.
See you.
Take care.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye bye.